Okay, my dear Greg Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great. You're go.
And we're rolling, Gregory.
Greg Saunders.
Wow. Hey, great.
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome, 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 welcome to the Saturday Morning Stateline Show. You know, I'm pretty much thinking that Michelangelo must have absolutely been jacked from all that chiseling. My name's Greg. Tom's on his way. It's your Saturday Morning Stateline Show, episode number 153, this 18th day of March, the year 2023, the latest it has ever been in the history of mankind. Congratulations, you made it. I'm glad you're here, and we've got some special guests to share with you today. Whether or not Tom joins in, I'm not sure. I haven't heard from him yet this morning. Usually by now, I've heard a text or something that says, I'm running late, or this or that. I don't know what to say other than, happy birthday. My daughter Mariah celebrates her birthday tomorrow, and she is one awesome gal. Someday I got to have her on the show, because she is something special. I need to convince her. It might take a trick, but I need to convince her to come on the show and sing, because she is an amazing singer. You would love to hear her sing. What song could we get Mariah to sing? All right, we'll think about that later. We do have a big number of the week this week that I like to share at the front of the show, whether Tom is here or not. So big number of the week time. And this week's big number of the week is 100,000. Your answer is dancing or digits. And in our current race to 10, Joann is way out in front by a score of 8-3. But as we all know, no lead is safe in our race to 10, because last year, at the end of the year, I'm bringing it up again, Tom. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It has to be brought up. The amazing comeback that Joann had at the last race to 10. How you doing, buddy? Are you not hearing me at all?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, there you are.
Comeback's not happening this time, not from my end.
We might have that delay. I can tell you're not in the same room as you were last week.
Can you not hear me?
We had a good. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you, but the delay is so bad because your signal is really weak. Oh, buddy. I can't see your breath, so at least you're in a warm room, right? This delay is not going to work, buddy. We are not going to be able to work with your delay this week. I'm sorry, Tom. See if you can find a better spot somewhere, because your signal is way too weak to bring on the audio. Before we get to our special guests this week, I got a few shout outs to deliver, including a shout out to, as I already did, Mariah's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, little Stinkerbell. It's a term of endearment in our family. Sold on Tony, Keller Williams Realty Signature. Great week here in the real estate world in the office. We had congratulations to Home Investor Closing that closed this week, and did some really interesting buyers consultations this week. I've been saying this over and over again. I know it's broken record stuff, but the inventory continues to be very, very low. There are plenty more buyers than sellers, and the inventory is just very, very low. So if you're even thinking about selling, it's a great time to contact us at Sold on Tony. We can definitely help you get your house sold quickly and smoothly and for top dollar in this market. Met with some great buyers this week, and also had a very interesting run-in with someone that I'm not going to go into details about, but the Realty Association, the Northwest Association of Northwest Alliance of Realtors, they changed the name this last year, and I still can't get it in my head properly. The Rockford Area Realtors, but now we include the Northwest area is also a part of that now. Anywho, all that to say, they were warning people about someone who was meeting with realtors and being very belligerent, rude, crude, very unattractive. And this person, I got to meet them in person because they made an appointment with me, and I sat down with them in our office to talk about their goals and stuff. And my assessment was this person has some sort of mental disability or problem, because they kept repeating themselves, thinking I wasn't getting what they were saying, and I was totally getting what they were saying. And was asked a yes or no question and said, no, I know I can't help you. So no, I'm not the guy for you. And before leaving the office, he was sure to tell the receptionist up front that I was not answering any of his questions straight, and couldn't. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Other than to say there's some strange characters in this world, and sometimes you gotta put your understanding hat on and just realize, okay, I can't help this person. I hope they find help somewhere else, because it's just not me. One of the things that my wife has helped me with over the years, because I came from a radio broadcasting background and now doing real estate for the last 10 years, I had to shift my mindset from trying to gather the largest, biggest audience and serve a huge amount of people to serving one at a time, because that's what real estate is. It's a one-to-one thing. And she's over the years reminded me of the fact, there's a great saying that says, do for one what you wish you could do for many. There's a story of the starfish. If you've ever never heard the story of the starfish, a grandfather and his grandson walking along the beach came along a part of the beach where there were thousands of starfish washed along the beach as the tide was going out. And the grandfather would pick one up and throw it back into the water, and reach down and pick another one up and throw it back into the water. And the grandson was like, "What are you doing? You can't save all these starfish. Look at them. There's thousands." And the grandfather bent down and picked another one up and said, "Yep, I know that, but I can save this one." He threw it back into the ocean. And we got to remind ourselves of that sometimes. You can't necessarily help everyone all the time, but if you can help one person, you can make a difference. And by helping that one person, they might be inspired to help one person as well. Domino effect, however you want to look at it. That's the motivation that keeps us going here at the Saunders household many days. Speaking of motivation, every year about this time, St. Patrick's Day, my wife does something that has become an annual tradition. She makes Reuben lasagna and just knocks everybody's socks off with this amazing recipe that she's done for years. Reuben lasagna. We've enjoyed that this week. Folks at the office were just drooling with it, not on it. It's their own piece. We enjoyed some Reuben lasagna at our office this week, and with other friends and coworkers and stuff. So, thank you, dear. There was Starlight Theater has they announced their season a while back, but the auditions just took place a couple weeks ago. And just yesterday, it was announced who is on these casts. So if you're on Facebook, especially, and probably other social media too, and you have friends that have been involved with Starlight Theater over the years, they probably posted something about whether or not they were cast in one of these shows. And a whole lot of people came out to audition for these 5 shows. One of our buddies, a new friend of mine who was in our Hello Dolly cast last year, his name is Tim. Tim was cast in all 5 shows. He will be this year's affectionately known as Starlight Sucker. He's accepted roles in all 5 shows. His life will all be Starlight, nothing but Starlight all summer long, and he loves it, and he's going to enjoy it. My wife and I have both been cast with roles in Footloose, so please plan now to come on out and see us. Opening night for Footloose is June 8th. June 8th. No, June 7th. I take that back. June 7th. The preview night is June 5th. So that means June 6th. That means opening night is 6/7/23, June 7th. We are very much looking forward to Footloose on the stage at Starlight Theater. All right. We are going to get to our guest. I'm not sure what happened to Rhonda. I haven't seen Rhonda yet, Carol, but I'm going to bring you in because you're going to be a part of this awesome expo next weekend. It is the Healthier You Expo, free to the public. on March 24th and 25th at the Hoffman House, East State Street in Rockford. And Rhonda's company, Pure Simple Self, is the organizer of this Healthier You Expo. And you get to be a part of it, Carol. Welcome. How are you today?
I'm great, Greg. How are you?
Awesome. Thanks for coming on. And you're going to have one of the, I think she said 20-something booths at this expo?
I am. Yep.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what you do and why you're at the expo.
All right. So I, for the last 31 years, have been shopping at a company by the name of Melaleuca, the wellness company. They're a 38-year-old privately held, debt-free health and wellness manufacturer. So it's an online store, and it's a great alternative to shopping at Walmart, Target. But our niche is high-quality wellness products, all with cleaner ingredients and superior nutrition at affordable prices. And the best part is these products are all made in the USA. So you shop direct, and it's delivered right to your door. And the great part about it is I support the Nicholas Ritchell Foundation. So when you shop through me, you get your account established. Every month when you shop, the Nicholas Ritchell Foundation is going to benefit.
And you know what's happening? You know what's happening today? Nicholas Ritchell Foundation has something going on.
The Shamrock Run.
They got the Shamrock Run in Rockford at the Rockford Speedway. This might be your last attempt to set foot on the Rockford Speedway before they are bye-bye after this season. So that starts at noon today. Last I checked, if you wanted to be a part of the 5K run and the Brewfest tickets at $60. Remember, this is a fundraiser. I know that seems like $60. Yes, $60. It's a fundraiser for the Nicholas Ritchell Foundation. The post-race party will be indoors this year. Obviously, the weather's a little bit chillier than they were hoping for as far as an outdoor event in the middle of March. But being that the weather is what it is, they plan to be indoors for the post-race party. Starts at noon. The party will be going until at least 3 o'clock. And there's other stuff going on. I think Pig Minds is involved with this as well. So there'll be a long sleeve T-shirts and other souvenirs as a part of this situation, part of this event. Shamrock Beer Run, Rockford Speedway today, starting at noon. And you've been friends with Tammy for quite some time, right, Carol?
I have, yeah. Tammy and I have done a lot of networking together.
Yeah, she's an awesome lady, and we've had her on the show just a couple weeks ago to talk about Nick's Wish. So that was wonderful. You probably weren't expecting this, but see what I have down here in my studio?
Whoa, look at that.
I'm a customer, and we've been using these products now for about a year, the vitamin supplements and these. It's nice to have snacks that you're putting in your body that aren't just a bunch of sugar just to quench your hunger for a minute and actually giving you some nutrition.
Yeah, that Access bar is phenomenal.
They are. They're really, really good. Yeah. And anyone who's tried nutrition, health conscious type of snacks and stuff before, there are some out there that just they're tacky and talky, and you kind of just swallow them down, hoping that you have to convince yourself I'm doing good for my body because this isn't really tasting that good. These actually taste good. So
there's 9 patents on the Access bar on that one product alone.
Yeah. And there's a couple different flavors. This is the chocolate peanut butter crisp, which was my favorite. The other one is a mocha type of.
There's a mint and a chocolate caramel cruncher.
Oh, yeah.
Those are always good too. The peanut butter crunch is great.
So the place to be is, and here's Rhonda, even though she's not on the show, we can show her picture and her website. Pure Simple Self is the company, and the Healthier You Expo at the Hoffman House, which they've kind of renovated that over the last few years. So it's the new and improved Hoffman House inside the same building as the Holiday Inn, right over there off of State and Bell School Roads. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., March 24th and 25th. So that's next Friday, this coming Friday and next Saturday. Check out the free to the public, a lot of holistic practitioners, wellness exhibitors, and more. And there we go. So anything else you'd like to add today, Carol, before we let you go?
Just come on out and visit us and check out some things. Your health is your greatest asset and prevention is key. So do what you can to live a healthier lifestyle.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on, and best of luck to you with the expo next week.
Thanks, Greg.
All right. There's Carol Ann with Melaleuca, and check out all of this stuff. I got the website here. I'm going to put a link to the website in the chat so you can click right onto it and check out what Rhonda has going on at Pure Simple Self. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very cool how they support Nicholas Spiritual Foundation as well. Joann is standing by over at PAWS already, but she's feeding her face, so she's probably like, "Don't put me on camera right now, Greg. I'm having my access bar." I'm not sure. She's probably eating a Kit Kat, to be quite honest with you. But she, I'll wait till she gives me the thumbs up to put her on the screen, because I don't want to do. Oh, okay, all right, you're okay, and I'll bring you on. You gave me the thumbs up. Good morning, Joann.
Good morning. Where's Tom?
Tom's at a location that does not have good Wi-Fi because it was not good. It was
okay. We'll accept that as an excuse.
We can only do so much, and audio is important to this show. When we started, you know what? It's been like 3 years, almost to the week, that we switched over to online only.
Today. Wow.
I think. Is it this week or next week? It'll be next week. We can officially say we've crossed the 3-year threshold of being online only with the Saturday morning Stateline show. 3 years ago, like 3 years ago today, lockdowns began, right? Because it was the day after St. Patrick's Day. Actually, for a lot of areas, it was St. Patrick's Day, if I remember right.
I don't remember the exact date.
They were at least encouraging, if not forcing, they were encouraging that all of the, bars and restaurants and all that stuff for St. Patrick's Day not have their St. Patrick's Day parties because of COVID-19. And here we are 3 years later. Good for us.
So I'm distracted by a dog.
They're not barking at you though.
No, not yet. They just are bringing some in.
You expecting a bunch of barkers?
My earphones. What happened?
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because I updated the little thing here. It says gift Greg, Tom, and Joann new headphones.
Yay!
Match. So there's our little QR code if you want to be so bold as to.
Nobody sent for them. Wow.
They haven't showed up on my doorstep yet, and if they did, and if I turned around and sold them to somebody else, I wouldn't tell you. But no, they're not. If somebody wants to gift us headphones, we'll definitely put them to use and give them a shout out. But we're not yet in possession of any new matching headphones for the Saturday morning Stateline show hosts.
Are they going to be specially engraved?
Yeah, we'd have to find someone who can engrave them. We just like them with donuts. That would be a very nice thing too, because we are all fans of the donut goodness that's out there. So, anywho, that went out very. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Every time I click on, I got to remember, Joann. Every time I click on those QR code things to put them on the screen, it sends out the text to the chat. So our Facebook streamers and our YouTube streamers, they see those links come up in their chat in the comments.
Okay.
I forgot that it does that. And last week when I was testing them out, I kept clicking them on and over. So I went on a whole bunch of times last week. Totally, it wasn't what I was intending to do, but that's what it did. So
after saying you only come on once or twice a week.
Right. It was all kinds of comments, and it really was just, it looked like I was begging people to donate. I'm not begging anyone to donate anything. I'm just throwing it out there as an opportunity for it. That's all. But thank you for looking at the QR codes and seeing if they work and seeing if it's something that you want to do to support the Saturday morning Stateline show. I know that Tom, if he were on today, would want to talk about the Packers, because this week Aaron Rodgers made his big announcement. Joann, did you hear what he said?
Yeah. Did he say adios?
he basically said adios in a very classy way. He did a very good job of talking about how much
I'm
he's
going to be someplace else.
It's time to go someplace else, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
He really keeps a lot of praise.
I do not know why you wouldn't want to stay with Green Bay, but
well, he went into his darkness retreat. Remember we talked about that? He did the darkness retreat. He said he was going to do it for 4 whole days. He had ended up doing it for, I think, 72 hours.
He had 6 weeks because he didn't see his shadow.
Yeah, something like that. But when he went in, here's what he said in the show. He was on the Pat McAfee show this last week. And when he went into the dark, this is what he told Pat. He said, when I went into my darkness retreat, I was 90% retired, 10% coming back to play in the NFL. And when I came out, I realized I still want to play. But
not with the
change. Well, here's what he said. Things had changed. The narrative had changed from the Packers, and he realized they probably didn't want him anymore. Shocker. All this drama. We've been waiting for you. So he is very excited about the opportunity to play for the New York Jets, and they've got a good team in New York. So they've got a great defense. They've got enough offensive pieces to make things, they should make the playoffs if they have a healthy team.
I understand that he would have people following him to the Jets, or one person at least.
One wide receiver has been signed by the Jets.
And we're losing your voice.
Alan Lazard.
Yeah.
From the
can you believe Greg is talking Packers with Joann? Wow.
I seen that. You know what? When you mentioned that, I would look it up. There's a little status bar right off to the side of my screen over here. It tells me how strong my signal is. It says 9 out of 10. So I'm not even a 10 out of 10 today, and I'm hardwired. Wow. What's going on with that, Xfinity? Come on, people. But Tom's signal was barely 5 out of 10, so it wasn't going to work for us with Tom today. So anyway, all that to say, the deal is not done yet because the Packers and the Jets have to agree on compensation for the Packers trading Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. So what's funny kind of about the whole thing is because Aaron Rodgers has waited this long to kind of make his decision if he's going to play or not, the Jets have watched all these other veteran quarterbacks get signed by other teams, and now they have fewer options. They're down to Aaron Rodgers pretty much. So the Packers have a lot of leverage right now. Whether Aaron Rodgers intended it or not, he helped the Packers by waiting this long because now the Packers have leverage on the Jets to say, hey, we want really good draft picks for our future Hall of Fame quarterback here. So who knows? This whole deal could die and explode and nothing happen and Aaron Rodgers just retire. That's even a possibility still. Slim, but somehow I think Monday or Tuesday we're going to find out. The Packers are getting 2 or 3 draft picks from the Jets, and Aaron Rodgers will be donning the number what? Not 12, because Joe Namath was number 12 with the Jets. So what number will he wear with the Jets? I have no idea. Anywho, Aaron and the Jets. Have you been watching
a song we can't sing?
I think that's a cool song. Elton John.
Yeah, that whole thing of being off the air if you sing something that.
Oh, right. We got to sing it off key. Benny and the Jets. Yeah, we'll just completely wrong. Have you been watching any of the NCAA basketball tournament, Joann? I know you're a big fan.
Sick. I've been sick this last week.
Oh, that's right. Well, you should have been watching TV then on the couch.
No, then I watched Netflix and other things.
Okay.
Catch up on my whatever.
You wish not to divulge what kind of binging you're doing on Netflix this week?
No, Good Doctor.
Oh, okay.
I like The Good Doctor a lot, and I hadn't watched it. I don't get ABC on my television.
You don't?
No. Can I say that out loud?
You don't?
DirecTV doesn't have channel 17.
Okay. Okay.
And the two shows I like to watch, The Good Doctor and Grey's Anatomy, come on Channel 17.
I think
Also Judge Judy.
is so Good Doctor. They do put on Netflix later on or something. There's one.
No, it's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. That's where I was going to say I saw it was on Hulu. So, well, for those who are following the NCAA tournament, 2 massive upsets took place these last 2 days. On Thursday, Princeton, who was ranked 15th in their bracket, beat Arizona, who was ranked number 2. So a 2 seed gone on the first day of the tournament. That's pretty rare. But even more rare is what happened last night. A college out of New Jersey that none of us have ever heard of before. Have you ever heard of Fairleigh Dickinson?
I can't say that I have.
Fairleigh Dickinson. I have never heard of it before last night. They were a 16 seed in their bracket. They beat Purdue, the number 1 ranked team in their bracket. And I think the number 2 or 3 ranked team in the whole tournament, gone in round 1, which means of all the hundreds of thousands and even millions of people that have filled out brackets this year to try to pick a winner, none of them are perfect anymore after just the first round.
Wow.
Usually by this time, like last year, there was like 4.7% of brackets still had a chance to be perfect. Something low, but it was there. At least there was a percentage. 0% of this year's brackets submitted through things like CBS Sports and Yahoo and all the other stuff. Nobody has a perfect bracket anymore. Even myself, when I used to fill out brackets, I didn't do one this year, but I like to pick certain underdogs, just off the off chance.
You wouldn't have chosen that team.
I wouldn't have chosen Fairleigh Dickinson, FDU from New Jersey. No way. I'd never heard of them before. But they knocked off Purdue, and Purdue had a good season, although the Big Ten in itself was not the strongest conference this year. So anyway, we're talking a little bit about health today, Joann. So wanted to say that if you're like me and you like the standard deli sandwich with processed meat and cheese, apparently we're eating a heart bomb and we need to stop that sort of stuff. There's a quote about, that was the quote from Health Risks of Sandwiches. Cardiologist and nutrition professor at Tufts University said, along with other health experts, warning about the high levels of sodium, sugar, and saturated fat in Americans' favorite lunch option, the deli sandwich.
No more Jimmy John's.
Well, just be careful and don't, how often you eat this stuff. The typical turkey sandwich back in the 80s had about 320 calories. Your typical turkey sandwich these days, 820. That's more than double. This is according to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. So the cardiologist says the standard deli sandwich with processed meat and cheese, you're literally eating a heart bomb. Wow. So anyway, better off. Now I'm kind of curious what the wraps have. A turkey BLT wrap.
To eat Reuben for St. Patrick's Day.
Well, I'm sure it's healthier than some of the processed meat that's out there, but I know the corned beef. Excuse me, the corned beef that we put in the Reuben lasagna. And we did some Reuben tacos and stuff. That was made in a crock pot with real corned beef. It wasn't processed meat. So I'm sure that's a whole lot healthier. I don't know how much healthier, but much healthier than processed. Almost every town has a festival. Speaking of sandwiches, Sandwich, Illinois has their sandwich festival every year. Tiny little town. It doesn't quadruple in size for Sandwich Festival. It like 10 times the size of the town every year for Sandwich Festival. Colorado has a festival I had never heard of before this week. And it's called the Frozen Dead Guy Days.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Residents of the town near Boulder, Colorado, in Nederland, Colorado, every year honor an 89-year-old Norwegian man. He was cryogenically frozen after his death in 1989. He's been stored in a shed in their town ever since. So You've heard
I know,
about.
I put him a little closer to the.
Oh, look at the puppy.
Oh,
Oh,
you see why I'm distracted by puppies?
we saw your post on Facebook or PAWS post on Facebook about 3 dogs that were going to be available for adoption. This kind of looks like it might be one of them, the Cajun dogs.
This is brand new.
Okay, so this is a new one. Oh, what an adorable little pups.
Excuse me.
Are you going to do a dog for our pet of the week this week, or are you going to do a cat?
I don't know. I
Okay.
haven't decided yet. What a dog.
Well, we do cats almost 100% of the time. So if you do have a dog you can share, maybe this will be a good week for a dog.
No, because maybe 97, we'll say.
Yeah. It's right up there. It's right up there. Just so you know, I have no plans to travel to Nederland, Colorado to celebrate Frozen Dead Guy Days. But if I'm ever near the town when they're having the festival, I'll check it out and let you know what I find.
When I was a kid, we had heydays.
Heydays
In our little town. I'm from a town in central Wisconsin, and I do not know what it signifies, but it was called heydays. And we had a heydays queen and a heydays princess and parades and whatever. But I don't think they celebrate that anymore.
Every year when they crowned the queen, did they tell her she had to be named Jude?
Jude.
Why? Hey Jude.
Hey Jude. Oh, that's another song we can't sing.
Another song we can't sing. Anyway, what was the name of the town you grew up in Wisconsin? I forget.
Clintonville.
So not Clinton on the state line, Clintonville in the center of Wisconsin.
Yes.
Not too far from Adams Friendship.
I don't know that town.
That's farther north maybe than where you were at.
Shawano, Green Bay, Appleton, that area.
You were farther even north than there. Okay. North and
I always tell people when they question that I was born on Lambeau Field. And then they know. Oh, okay. Now we know.
Well, my first full year out of college, I worked for a company traveling the state of Wisconsin, visiting Wisconsin Farmers Union members. So I've been in I can safely say I've been in over 50% of the small towns of Wisconsin because I've driven all over the state. But there's always, every so often the northeast part of the state, the Green Bay area, like you're saying, we didn't get over there too much because there weren't as many Farmers Union members in that section of the state. We concentrated on the west side and the central and south. So way up north, we didn't quite get up there, and way east, we didn't quite get over there, but most of the central, south and west, I've scoured and visited and shook hands with Farmers Union members and got nipped on their heels by their blue heeler dogs and all that stuff. So that was my experience in 1989 and 90. So yeah, that was a while ago. A guy in Chicago's filed a class action lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings. You know why?
I don't know why.
He's telling them false advertising. He says they're advertising their boneless wings when really they're not wings, they're chicken nuggets. So he's filed a $2 million lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings. You think he's going to win?
But boneless wings are actually chicken nuggets.
Well, and right. Well, I guess the rub is if they've actually removed wings from like drumettes or from, what do they call the other? Wingettes. I forget what they call the other part of the drums. They get the drumettes, and then there's the other part of the chicken wing. Anyway, if you just pull the bones out of there and you're serving that, that's a boneless wing. But he's probably right as far as what they're actually serving. I think it's more like a chicken nugget, but I don't know. We'll see if they got small print somewhere on their menus that tells everybody, hey, this is just a chicken nugget. Or maybe that's what if they lose the lawsuit, maybe that's what they'll have to do instead of paying him $2 million. I kind of doubt they're going to give the guy $2 million for the lawsuit. But stranger things have happened.
Goodness.
Getting excited. What are you giving shots over there?
No, he just wants attention.
You know, it's attention. Well, you gave him some attention. Bring the camera over to him later on. A couple more things. Delta has outlined a plan to replace 95% of its fuel consumption in its planes with sustainable aviation fuels made from plant or animal material by the year 2050. They're giving themselves 27 years to figure out how to change over from fossil fuels to fuels made from plant or animal material. All right. And Chick-fil-A has $1 billion plan to expand outside of the United States. They want to sell its chicken sandwiches in Europe and in Asia by the year 2030. What does an Asian Chick-fil-A sandwich have on it? We'll find out maybe in about the next 6 or 7 years. There you go. Stuff going around the area. Let's go ahead and see if it'll allow me to share screen over here. There it is. Share the screen. We've got Kid Ventures, the engineering of plants, Burpee Museum of Natural History. They've got this going on today from 10 till 2. It's $12 for members, $14 for non-members. Each class is a new adventure, traveling back in time or in Burpee's backyard. Kid Ventures in Science, one-day classes, packing a punch of learning and fun, suitable for ages. Are we back again? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I heard you the whole time.
It went off
Yeah.
for a second there, so we'll see how this goes. This could be a two-parter. So Kid Ventures, Engineering of Plants, that's today. The sessions are from 10 till noon, but they're doing the whole plants thing until 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Burpee Museum, 737 North Main Street in Rockford. There's a concert on the creek today from 3 to 5. This is at Spring Creek United Church of Christ at the Spring Creek Road, 4500 Spring Creek Road, right there off of Alpine and Springbrook. Series partnering with the Irish Marching Society to create 2 delightful hours of music and fun featuring seasonal songs in the Celtic tradition. That's today, 3 till 5. It's free admission. So if you want a seat, you probably better get there early. Probably quite a few people there. Discovery Center Museum. They've got the Discovery Town exhibits every Tuesday through Sunday. Time for a road trip. Pint-sized city. Take the family to Discovery Town at Discovery Center Museum. And as we mentioned earlier, the Shamrock Beer Run is at the Rockford Speedway today from 1 until 3. It actually opens up at noon. If you did not pre-register, you'll want to get there early and make sure you can get yourself one of those long sleeve shirts and the other swag they're given to participants until it runs out. So that is today at the Rockford Speedway.
I have a friend, Carla Clark.
Yes.
I don't know if you know her. Do you know her?
It sounds familiar.
She is a writer, and she has a book launch coming out tomorrow at Katie's Cup, which is called You Be Grandma. And she's written several books, and she's a local author, and she's really a great person. And if you are interested in her at all, go to her book launch.
And that's at where?
Katie's Cup.
Katie's Cup,
downtown. 7th Street, down Midtown.
Yeah, Midtown Rockford.
I'm not sure of the times.
All right, so check that out if you can. All right, well, we can take a little tour around PAWS if you want to.
All right.
Joann's over there at PAWS Humane Society, as she is every week. And I'm going to text Tom our big number of the week so he can guess it if he wants to. While you're doing that, we'll put on a little bit of music and take a little tour. There we go.
Like these cats were up and about, yes, earlier, but now they're sleeping. They're full, so they don't have to. We have such a reflection. Just 2 dogs today? 3. Okay. There's a little lab. That's the whiny one who wants a lot of attention. And then here are two shepherds.
Hello, shepherds.
Oh, this brown one is really pretty.
Look at how cute they are. Veda's not watching, but she's laying down next to me down here in the basement office.
Oh,
She's still nursing a cyst on her paw. It's been really uncomfortable.
they always say lab, don't they? This is Topaz. Ooh, a pair of calicos. This is Poppy and Haley.
Hello, kitties.
Been a lot of empty cages today, which is good, but I'm sure we can fill them up. This is Wookie. She's looking through and this is Dusty. Someone's examining the corners. This is the community room. I don't hear any music.
You don't hear my music?
No.
It's there.
Oh,
You can turn it up a little bit.
this is Tawny. Just a quiet day, everyone working hard, feeding our babies. I don't see anyone in this one. Oh, Kelly is. Oh, way in the corner. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's it? Colin.
He's a regular doctor.
Okay.
Yep.
You can hear the puppy whining.
Sorry, puppy.
I have to look and see what our dog's gonna go kind of fast too. This is Daisy. Now we're back to the black ones. So that's about it. Kind of quiet day today. Well, I guess I didn't show the list.
Show your board there.
There we go.
Look at that. And we still got a whole week plus.
Half of March, yeah. So 5 dogs and 17 cats. And then this was our February. 13 and 25.
Way to go, PAWS people.
What's the puppy's name? Okay. Baby. So that's our day.
All right. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back right there. Boom, there we go. Nice little tour PAWS today. If you are looking to adopt, check out their website, paws.org, pawshs.org, excuse me. Or you can call for info, 815-299-7297. 815-299-PAWS. I heard from Tom, so I have his guess on our big number of the week. So we've got that going for us today.
We're a little early today.
And that's
Without
okay.
Tom's input, we didn't talk about Packers this long.
No
And we
Tom
didn't
Rant
get
this week.
Tom's rant.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens with the stream being interrupted. We might have a two-parter this week. I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah, we'll see. Even my stream now is back to 10 out of 10. So thank you, Xfinity. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and land this plane. Let's do the big number of the week right now. All right, so our big number of the week this week is 100,000, and the answer is dancing or digits. Dancing or digits. Our last check of the score had Joanna by a score of 8-3 in our current race to 10. So, Joanne, dancing or digits? I got Tom's answer. What's yours in 3, 2, 1?
I'm going to go with digits.
You're going to go with digits. Okay, so the stories today, Zola has done a recent story, a recent study, I should say. Zola study says the average cost to get married in the United States is on the rise again. The average cost of a wedding in 2023, they expect it will be $29 about we did when we got. Oh, I was in the office. I was talking with Laura and Cheryl and some of my coworkers there about what it cost to get married and what their kids did. And one was explaining how they just got married down at the courthouse and then threw a big party in their backyard and saved a ton of money. And I was like, that's almost what we did. We had my wife and I had a Friday night wedding, and I don't know that we spent more than $500 or $600 on hors d'oeuvres and beverages, the post ceremony mixer, and that was it. We didn't do dinner, we didn't do dancing. It was funny to say from a wedding DJ that his own party didn't involve any dancing. But anyway, average cost of a wedding expected this year to be around $29,000. So the answer is digits, and you're both getting a point. You're up to 9-4, right on the cusp of victory, Joanne.
Yay!
The event took place outside of Tokyo. The year was 2006. Akira Haraguchi set an unofficial world record. He recited the most digits of pi, 100,000 digits. Took him a little more than 16 hours. He said the reason that he was able to do it, that in his mind, he linked each digit with a syllable, and he created a collection of epic stories from the words those syllables formed. That's how he memorized over 100,000 digits.
Wow.
Because there's no repeating in pi. It doesn't repeat. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And of course, this last week was March 14th, 3.14, 314. That was Pi Day. And yes, I did have some apple pie. I hope you did too. Did you have any pie?
No, unfortunately not. I did realize it was Pi Day, though.
As a teacher, you always probably remembered that.
Yes.
It's Pi Day. I think we covered everything. I think we covered everything. Congratulations, Tom. You got a point, but unfortunately for you, Joanne did too. It's now 9-4. Joanne's on the cusp of winning 2 in a row, races to 10. We need to go out for breakfast eventually, Joanne.
Well, yeah, before you start practicing for Footloose too, because then your Saturdays will be busy.
Well, rehearsals for that will not be on Saturdays. That's good.
Okay. Last year they were always on Saturday.
Yep. Not this year.
And audience, I will be so happy to get my new earphones. I think they'll look so good on me.
Send them on over. We would gladly receive them and try them, and hopefully they would work out really well. So, all right. Well, I want to give you some good news. Rhonda's okay. She just wasn't able to join us this morning. So, for everybody else, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Carol for joining us today. Remember, next week, March 24th and 25th, the Healthier You Expo is at the Hoffman House in Rockford. And it's both days between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. local natural healers, local experts, wellness exhibitors. The health and wellness exhibitor, they already have their exhibitors all set. So check out pureSimpleSelf.com for more information on that. Joann, have a great week. Remember, you change the world when you help in person, so be a blessing to someone this week. We'll meet you back here next week for another Saturday morning Stateline show. Thank you all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.